In recent years, our planet has faced serious environmental and humanitarian crises, exacerbated by climate change and human activity. From seismic upheavals and flooding disasters to wildfires and prolonged droughts, these events remind us that the delicate balance of our planet is more fragile than we might think. In this video, we'll see 10 horrible things happen to our Earth in recent years. Before that, subscribe to our channel Life is Often and hit the bell icon for regular updates. Let's begin.
Getting search and rescue teams to where they're needed is a massive logistics challenge. A number of countries are sending them, routing them through the airport in Istanbul.
The year 2023 marked a catastrophic turning point with the Turkey-Syria earthquake on February 6, 2023. This catastrophe, with magnitudes of 7.8 and 7.5, shattered communities, claiming over 56,000 lives and affecting nearly 18 million people. Entire cities were flattened, turning bustling areas into barren ruins. The emotional and physical toll on the affected populations was enormous, with families torn apart and livelihoods obliterated in an instant. The economic toll was staggering, with damages estimated at over $42 billion, reflecting the massive scale of the devastation. The scale of this tragedy underscored the vulnerability of regions prone to seismic activity, especially as climate change continues to affect geological stability.
We begin in Libya, where there are fears that the number of people who've died in the catastrophic floods there could reach as many as 20,000.
Following closely behind was the devastating flooding in Libya caused by Storm Daniel in September 2023. This storm unleashed torrential rains that resulted in catastrophic flooding, particularly in the city of Derna, where 2 dams collapsed under the pressure. The resulting surge of water swept through entire neighborhoods, claiming over 4,300 lives and displacing tens of thousands. Roads, bridges, and homes were destroyed in a matter of hours. The infrastructure damage was so severe that it could take years for the city to fully recover. This incident served as yet another harsh reminder of the increasing frequency of extreme weather events and their disastrous consequences for vulnerable regions.
Now, a tropical storm Anna, which made landfall on Monday, has wreaked havoc in 3 African countries.
Southeast Africa, Cyclone Freddy made headlines as it tore through Madagascar, Mozambique, and Malawi earlier in 2023. Freddy was no ordinary storm. It lingered in the region for weeks, leading to over 1,000 fatalities and displacing more than 500,000 people. The cyclone's sustained intensity and prolonged impact underscored a disturbing trend that tropical storms are becoming more powerful and less predictable, likely due to the warming atmosphere and ocean temperatures. This disaster also triggered one of the worst cholera outbreaks in Malawi's history, turning a natural calamity into a severe public health crisis. The aftermath was a grim testament to how climate-related disasters can cascade into multiple crises, overwhelming even the most robust systems. Across the Atlantic, North America faced its own share of disasters.
It's been a very difficult summer in Canada, as that country has battled one wildfire after another.
In Canada, wildfires erupted across the country during the summer, engulfing over 18 million hectares of land, a region larger than entire nations like Portugal. The wildfires not only forced mass evacuations, but also choked large parts of North America in smoke, leading to dangerous air quality levels even in cities thousands of miles away. These fires are becoming more severe with each passing year, fueled by higher temperatures and prolonged dry spells. Beyond the immediate destruction of homes and habitats, the wildfires release massive amounts of carbon into the atmosphere, worsening global warming and creating a vicious cycle of more fires and further warming. Another alarming event was the catastrophic flooding that struck northeastern China in July 2023 as a result of Typhoon Doksuri. The typhoon brought unprecedented rainfall to cities like Beijing, which experienced its heaviest downpour in over a century. Floodwaters submerged homes, businesses, and roads, causing severe disruption to daily life. Millions were affected as transportation networks ground to a halt and essential services were paralyzed. As these extreme weather patterns become the norm, the urgent need for stronger infrastructure and climate adaptation strategies becomes ever more apparent. The recent years also witnessed record-breaking heat waves across various regions. In July 2022, parts of Europe experienced extreme temperatures exceeding 40 degrees Celsius, 104 degrees Fahrenheit, leading to health crises and wildfires across countries like Spain and Portugal. The heat wave resulted in numerous heat-related deaths, while straining public health systems already burdened by ongoing challenges from the COVID-19 pandemic. But the disaster didn't stop there. In April 2023, temperatures temperatures soared above 45 degrees Celsius, 113 degrees Fahrenheit in many regions of Asia, particularly in countries like India and Bangladesh. Cities were brought to a standstill as infrastructure strained under the heat, power grids failed, and water supplies dwindled. The extreme heat not only strained public health systems, but also threatened agricultural production. For farmers, the extreme heat threatened crop yields, increasing food insecurity in regions already grappling with poverty and instability. Such extreme heat events are becoming increasingly common as global temperatures rise due to climate change. The year 2022 was marked by unprecedented flooding in Pakistan during the monsoon season, which was described as one of the worst climate-related disasters in the country's history. Over 1,700 people lost their lives as a result of the floods, which affected more than 33 million individuals. The flooding destroyed homes, infrastructure, and crops, leading to widespread food insecurity and displacement. This disaster highlighted the vulnerability of low-lying regions to climate change and raised concerns about the future. Europe, too, was not spared from nature's wrath. In May 2023, heavy rains caused catastrophic flooding across Italy's Emilia-Romagna region. The devastating floods in northern Italy and parts of Central Europe resulted in about $10 billion in damage and claimed multiple lives, wreaking havoc on the local economy, which is heavily reliant on agriculture and tourism. With fields submerged and infrastructure battered, the region faced long-term recovery challenges. Such events highlight the continent's growing vulnerability to climate-related floods, which are becoming more frequent and intense, threatening both rural and urban areas alike. While floods and fires made headlines, the silent crisis of drought continued to ravage regions worldwide. East Africa is one of the hardest hit areas, where years of poor rainfall have left millions on the brink of starvation. In Ethiopia and Somalia, ongoing droughts has decimated crops, killed livestock, and dried up water sources, pushing communities into dire conditions. The humanitarian crisis is worsening by the day, with fears of famine looming large. Humanitarian organizations are warning that without immediate intervention, famine could ensue for millions already vulnerable due to economic instability exacerbated by previous climate impacts. Human actions have also compounded these natural crises. In places like the Amazon rainforest, deforestation is accelerating due to illegal logging and agricultural expansion. This destruction is not just a local tragedy, it is a global one, as the Amazon plays a crucial role in regulating the Earth's climate. Lastly, the environmental pollution remains a pressing issue affecting communities worldwide. In December 2022, a major oil spill occurred off the coast of Peru due to a volcanic eruption that damaged a tanker ship, resulting in severe ecological impacts along with economic losses for local fishing communities. The past few years have underscored an unsettling truth that the Earth is undergoing rapid, irreversible changes. From earthquakes and floods to heat waves and wildfires, the intensity and frequency of disasters are increasing, driven largely by human-induced climate change. That's all for today's video. I hope you liked the video. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more updates. Thanks for watching.